Marvelous. And here we are for the Mindful Monday meditation session. And that it actually did trip off my tongue today. Normally I trip over that one, but that's good. And I hope you're all good and well. We have a set format for today's session. We start with a meditation. Then we're looking in the middle bit, we do a little bit of teaching, just a simple something that you, rather than lots and lots, just something that you can work at during the week. Some of those things you'll really get into, and other bits you might think, oh, that's not for me. I personally really like the one that we're sharing today. And then we finish with loving kindness. And the whole idea is that we just get to relax and feel good by the end of it, which is, a great way to start the beginning of the week. So let's begin. If you're watching it for the first time on the watch back, just follow the instructions. That's it. And if I do ask you to picture something, imagine something, don't worry about it. If it's not a movie, I'm basically just asking you to think about it. Internally, think about it, focus on it. That's it. So let's get comfortable. Let's have a fidget. Let's have a stretch. And we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths together. And you don't need to close your eyes and relax on the first breath. You don't need to close your eyes and relax on the second breath, but on the third breath, as you close your eyes, as you relax, you can really get the most of this today. So let's take a deep breath in. And relax, letting it go. Taking a second wonderful deep breath in. And relax and just letting go. And a third wonderful deep breath in. And just let it go. Your eyes gently closing just in the time that you need to take to relax. And just return to your natural breath, that gentle rise and fall, your natural rhythm, your natural tide. Just tell yourself, I'm going to relax. I'm going to meditate. Outside noises will not distract me. Everyday thoughts will not disturb me. It all just helps me let go and relax. We're just going to spend a little bit of time just following the journey of our breath. And we want to be breathing nice, steady breaths, breathing down into the stomach. If it helps, imagine you're breathing down to the tips of your toes, filling your body with that oxygen. Just follow the journey of the breath up through the nostrils, down into the base of the lungs. And then just follow it all the way back out. Just continue on. If your mind drifts, that's okay. The moment you notice it, just bring it back to the task in hand. And there's nothing to do, just observe the breath, follow the breath. I wonder, as you continue to follow the breath, just how deeply you can focus on that now. So now I invite you to shift your awareness from the breath to the pause in between each breath. That moment of stillness on the in-breath when you stop just before you breathe back out. And that moment on the out-breath when you pause just before you breathe back in. Just spend a while just focusing on the pause in between the breath. And now I want you to gently extend that pause. Maybe hold it for a gentle 4 count. Extend it again a little longer. Extend it longer still. Not to the point where it's uncomfortable, just before. And just gently return to your own natural rhythm, your own natural breath. Just be aware of one point, that point where you feel the cool air enter in through the nostrils. Just keep your mind there for a while. That's it. And then just slowly return back to normal everyday awareness. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, just coming back into your body a bit more. Ready to carry on with today's breathwork technique, which is the penultimate technique of the series. Got one more after this, and as I said at the beginning, this is one of my favorites. This one is one that I originally stumbled across by accident. It was just during one of my own meditation sessions where I started making my breath subtler and subtler. I don't know why I did it to this day. I just started breathing more and more gently. And then what happened was it came to a point where I felt very alert, kind of expansively alert, with this kind of weird thought that I'm not breathing. And this went on for quite a long time, longer than if I had really not been breathing. And I was quite amused by it. I was like, I'm not breathing. I feel really alive, really alert. Later on, I found out that there's different names for this. I was then later on taught the same kind of technique under the name of Zen breathing. And what happens is you get to the point where you're breathing, if you've got your hand beneath your nose, then you would barely feel, even not notice at all, the breath coming in and out of your body. And what happens at that point, as they say with Zen breathing, is breathing has become so subtle, but then you also become more aware of the energetic flow in and out of your body also. And it's quite an amazing experience, actually, when you have that. I fell across it by accident. Like I say, I fell into it just initially through my own practice. But it's worth persevering with. And the idea is, and what happens with it also, is it creates a sense, especially after the first time when you kind of suddenly go, oh my God, it feels like I'm not breathing. I must be breathing, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not. After you've got over that, the purpose of this breath technique is to create a sense of deep serenity and peace. And it really does. It's expansive. You feel more like you're out here than confined within here. But none of these things should be forced. If you try to make yourself feel that way, it's just not going to happen, because you're just going to be focusing on the fact that I'm here and I need to be out here, and that's not the point. So we are literally just going to focus on making that breath as soft and gentle as possible, to the point where it's not noticeable. And we keep doing that. And at a certain point, might be the first time you give it a go, might take a few practices, but at a certain point, you will get to that point where suddenly it's a really, I can't explain it. It's like, it's really refreshing and expansive, and it feels good. Doesn't give it credit whatsoever. So let's have a go. Sitting comfortably, just allow your eyes to close. We'll take a deep breath in, first of all. Letting it go. Just relax. And then I just want you to concentrate on softening your breathing. Don't rush it. Just gradually soften the breathing to the point where it's barely noticeable. And when you get to that point where it's barely noticeable, discover how much more you can soften that. Let's begin. It can help to take kind of slower, deeper breaths with this. If you're struggling a little bit with your normal breath. Eventually, with practice, your breath will get so soft, so smooth. It all becomes effortless. Just a little while longer. That's right. And then just gently return back, just back to your normal breath. And then when you're ready, just have a fidget. Come back, be here now. And just go. So yeah, an interesting breathwork technique. It is like we come to the end of the breathwork techniques we've been looking at. There are many, many more, but that one does take a bit of perseverance. Does take a little bit of getting used to. The sense of serenity and peace it brings when you get there, I would say is worth the work. But as I said, actually at the beginning, not all these techniques are, some we really like, some we just go, that's not for me. And that's okay. That's why we share so many different bits and pieces on these. So as you've always got something to take away and use. So let's get into our final meditation of the day. That's our loving kindness meditation. Have a fidget, have a stretch, get comfortable. And we'll start this one with 3 nice deep breaths as well. Just breathing in, hold it, and breathing out. Breathing in, hold it, breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, and just breathe out and relax. Just return to your natural breathing. Again, tell yourself you're going to relax, to meditate, to share loving kindness. I want you to, in your mind's eye, to imagine, picture yourself, pretend that you're in a magical place, a mystical place. It may be somewhere you've visited, or it could be completely made up. Just be there now. See what you see, hear what you hear. Get a sense and a feeling for that place now, that magical, mystical place. Beautiful place. Looking around, you notice a candle, a single candle burning brightly. And around it, several unlit candles. I don't know what color that candle is that represents loving kindness for you. But just picture it, see it there. And I wonder what a flame of loving kindness would look like to you. Would it be a single colored flame? Would it have a couple of colors within it? Or would that flame of loving kindness flicker with many colors? However many colors or few colors it needs to be a flame of loving kindness for you. Just see that now, picture that now. And if you're not already by that candle, move over towards that candle. And picking up one of the spare candles. I want you to think of someone or a group of people that mean the world to you. You love them, they love you. Allow yourself to connect with that feeling. And you look into that flame of loving kindness, and taking that candle, you light it from that flame. And looking back up, you see that person or those group of people in front of you. And taking that candle you've just lit, you pass it across to them. Passing that and sharing that loving kindness and that light with them. And they take that light. Taking that loving kindness into their lives. And then they walk away, carrying that light with them. You pick another one of the spare candles up. And as you do so, I want you to think of somebody like an acquaintance. Maybe it's somebody you work with that you don't know so well, or, somebody you kind of know. And just thinking of that person now. Light that candle of loving kindness, that wonderful light. And as you look up from lighting it, you see that person there before you. And you share with them that loving kindness by presenting them with that candle. They accept that, taking that light and that loving kindness into their lives. Turning away, they walk away, taking that light with them. You reach down and pick up another candle. And thinking of all the people that you do not know yet in the world. Some you may meet, some you may never meet. All strangers, friends you've not met yet. And as you're thinking of them, you light that candle. Looking up from lighting it, you see before you somebody who represents the universal stranger. You offer them the candle of loving kindness. That light, that flame, and they take that, taking it into their lives. Smiling, they turn around and walk away carrying that loving light, that candle with them. You reach down to the table and you pick up another candle and think about somebody who's upset you or crossed you in the past. Maybe somebody you fell out with once. Taking that candle and lighting it. As you look up, a person is there before you and you hold out that candle to share that loving kindness with them. Taking that candle, taking that loving kindness into their lives. They turn around, walk away carrying that light with them. There are 2 candles left on the table, including candle of loving kindness. You take a candle and you light it. You place it down upon the earth, sharing the light of loving kindness with all existences. That one light illuminating around the world. Everywhere there is a light, a fire, a flame or sun, that loving kindness reaches out. And to the table, there's just the candle of loving kindness left. You look at it for a moment. And then picking it up, You draw that loving kindness, that light of loving kindness into yourself. Allowing that light of loving kindness to spread into all aspects of yourself, of who you are, equally and without judgment. In the same way that the sun doesn't judge who it shines on, it shines equally upon everyone. And that light within you radiates within you, that loving kindness to all aspects of yourself, all the parts of yourself. Sharing that loving kindness deep within. That's right. And when you're ready to return with that flame, that light of loving kindness glowing within you, touching all aspects of your life, then just allow the image of that magical, mystical place to fade as you begin to return back now. Becoming more aware of the room about you, tips of the toes, feet, fingers, just give them a wiggle. Returning back, and when you're fully ready to return back, bringing the light of that loving kindness with you and into your life, then and only then start to come back now. When you're ready to truly carry that light within you, then you can open your eyes, stretch, have a fidget, feel good, be here now.